Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of Entertainment Now, brought to you by Spectrum Television. It's Thursday's edition, and it's always a reminder rather, to remember something that is of great significance to our lives. It could be your journey to this point, it could be family and friends, it could even be loved ones that you have probably, lost along the lines, maybe to death or to work or to japa or whatever the case scenario may be. But today is all about remembering significant, activities or significant breakthroughs in your life, and it is important that you take this exercise every Thursday seriously. Welcome once again. My name is Vera Philip and I am your host. For today, a few stories are going to be running by you on what is trendy or what is happening with your favorite celebrities. For today, we're going to start off with the Big Brother Naija evicted housemates. Of course, Big Brother Naija 10/10 is currently going on, and the grand finale is soon. We believe so. It's meant to end in 2 weeks, and some housemates have been evicted. One of those evicted housemates, strong contenders, I must say, Bright Morgan, has gone on his media rounds, and in some of his media rounds, he's been asked a question about his girlfriend outside the house. Remember that when Bright Morgan got into the house, he opened up to Big Brother, to Ebuka, and of course to viewers, that he had a relationship going into the house. Going into the house, we also do not know what the relationship dynamics is all about. But when Bright Morgan got into the house, he got into a relationship with Mide. Now, that relationship didn't seem to sit so well with his girlfriend outside, who was also his social media handler. So the girlfriend outside decided to, post some things on social media and even reached out to Big Brother to evict Bright Morgan, that he's having some mental breakdown in the house. However, Big Brother, producers reached out to his family to know if this was true, and his family said it wasn't true, and that was how he kept being in the house. However, coming out of the house, Bright Morgan has, of course, been given prior information to what's been going on. He's also, happened to go through his social media and whatnot, and realizing that, okay, this girl, tried to sabotage me at some point, and also realizing that the relationship might just hit the rocks at the moment. So what he did has gone on his media rounds to tell the dynamics of his relationship. Now, according to him, he did mention that the girl in question is actually older than him. He also mentioned that it has been a long-distance relationship. They started dating in the month of March of this year, and so he trusted her and gave her his social media handles, for her to be his handler. However, it seems as though that backfired, because the girl actually used those same accounts, to rally that he should be removed of the house. The girl, yeah, she did post all of this, saying that, Bright Morgan is still trying to reach out to her, and that she has receipts to show that Bright Morgan is not the person that we all think that he is. Anyways, Bright Morgan, in his interviews, have actually talked about how, he's surprised at her actions. He also did mention that, she has tried to sabotage him, and that he has made a decision, which obviously means that he's not going to be with her any longer. Let's take a look at this interview.
I've made a decision because I have seen the way she's moving. Right now, I'll call it obsession. She's trying to dent my image, right? Because while I was going into the house, I was supposed to give my manager my social media logins, but he was back and forth. He's an artist, so he was performing, traveling here and there. So I was looking for a handler, but they were calling figures for me, and I had other things I needed to handle. And then we had an agreement that, to show you how genuine I was, and I had a certain trust for this person. And I said, okay, we had an agreement, so she's going to handle it. And then...
That's access to all your DMs.
Right. And then 2 weeks into...
That's access to all your DMs, even the new ones that are coming in.
It's a lesson, it's an experience.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks into the show, she's calling multi-choice that she wants me to disqualify because I held a lady's hand.
Sorry, which platform did you meet before? Say social media.
Yeah, Instagram. Okay. and then she went ahead, because then the organizer said, oh, okay, well, what is this? And then he called my family, because I also put my family in there. And then they were like, oh, is this real? They were like, no, this is not real. Brian has been fighting for this for like 4 years. So she kept doing things. She that was handling the same account, she was out there posting about me, calling me names, saying, oh, I'm a rapist, that she sponsored everything, me have to put me in the show. You know, she said,
Did she sponsor anything? Ah, okay.
She started to put me in the show and all of that. And then I came out, and I'm like,
so this is a very interesting dynamic, and let's talk about why this is so interesting. So your girlfriend is handling your social media while you're in the house. I remember that social media handlers of this, you know, Big Brother Naija housemates, their job is to constantly post about, you know, their candidates, or post the housemates they are handling for, post them, and even when they misbehave in the house, their job is to make sure that they are doing a great PR to correct the impression of whatever it is that they are doing in the house. So their job is to positively, in any way possible, you know, make this person liked on social media. So while they're in the house doing their business, the handlers are here to make sure that they are liked on social media regardless. And now you have your girlfriend handling your social media, and you go into Big Brother house, and the highlight of your, you know, stay in Big Brother house is your relationship with another girl. Now, not to say that Ruth Stanley, which happens to be the name of this girlfriend, you know, should, you know, to justify any of her actions. However, isn't it interesting that you expect your girlfriend to keep posting and making positive reviews about you on your social media handle? She is your handler, and your highlights are mostly what you are in the house doing with another girl. You know, I think that Bright Morgan hasn't really sat to have a conversation with the lady in question. Obviously, from most of the media rounds he has done, it is obvious that they haven't sat down to have a conversation, because it is so much of expectation from a woman you're currently breaking her heart. And he did mention in your house several times that, you know, the girl is a jealous type. So you know she's actually a jealous type, and you put her in charge of your handles when you're inside the house misbehaving. That is some level of trust. I don't know how, the audacity that men used to have anyways, you know. And it's funny because these are dynamics that we see happening in our daily lives. And the reason we are even here talking about this particular dynamics is because it has to do with, you know, Big Brother. It has to do with an open interaction. We have all seen it play out. On a normal, these are things that people actually go through. So it's interesting to see this dynamic, and we're just hoping that, you know, Bright can be able to have a conversation with the lady in question. However, she's also been showing evidence that Bright has been trying to reach out, and she's been the one refusing to reach out to him, you know, which is understandable. You know, I mean, she's still pissed at whatever it is that she's been doing inside the house. And at the same time, they do need to have a conversation before coming on social media more and more to give out a receipt, because this is really getting nasty. Media, on the other hand, is in the house, you know, just living her best life at this point and hoping to make it to the grand finale in 2 weeks' time. So let's see how that plays out. Away from that, let's talk about another celebrity in the house. Singer Paul Okoye, popularly called Rude Boy, has vowed to go after a lady who made some very wild assumptions of him on X. So it was Paul Okoye's wife's birthday, and you know, they celebrated the birthday, and it was posted by a lot of blogs on social media. And one of the blogs posted about the birthday and, you know, all the excitement that happened in the household. And then there is this ex-user who made some comments underneath this post. So according to her, she accused Paul Okoye of, you know, actually cheating on his wife, and with a domestic help at home, and other sort of very demeaning accusations. He said that, you know, Paul Okoye allegedly coerced their domestic staff and slept with her, and she's most likely way younger. You could even see people in the handle being like, under the comment being like, what the hell, are you serious? And she just kept giving out information that, you know, to her probably is the right information. He said when he was found out, he sent his wife and sister-in-law at the time out of the house. So some sort of people drew his attention to this, and when he saw it, he actually made a comment that he would basically not reply to things like this on the normal, but this particular one, he's going to go all out for the lady. So according to him, he said, I hardly reply, but you see this one, Chubby Diva, if you like, go private, leave X. I will find you. I will use every necessary means, power, resources, and money. You will face the law. I will use you to set an example. Your only way out is to leave the surface of this earth and relocate to space. To everyone that brought my attention to her tweet, Thank you. And these are the issues. I feel like celebrities are human beings with emotions, and as much as we always say, oh, overlook, but people are saying the nastiest of things about you on social media, and it begins to fly. It looks as though that is who you are, or that is what you are. You can obviously see people in the comments and be like, are you for real? You don't mean it, tell us more. I mean, people are naturally interested in gossip, so I can't even blame them for wanting to know more of the inside information. So having to say things you're not sure of, having to, I remember one time a certain influencer on TikTok had, called out E-Money and accused E-Money of some sort of betrayal towards the late Junior Pope. And I'm like, where is your evidence? It's okay. Maybe anywhere in this world they are guilty of what you're saying. But you are openly accusing people of things without evidence. What do you think is going to happen to you? I mean, I think that social media have actually given us a lot of balls. Like, we just do things on the social media space, and we don't think about it because it's social media. It gives us access, and so we do what we like. But I hope that we learn that as much as we're on social media to say our minds, do what we like, there are real people involved in the things that we do and say. Let's get over to good news, obviously. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky welcomed a baby girl. Now, they made a post yesterday. However, they welcomed this baby girl since the 13th of September 2025. Tell me I am happy for Rihanna, because I know I am happy for Rihanna. And they named the baby Rocky Irish Mayors. This is their third baby together, and it's so amazing. Rihanna, I don't know if we should say Rihanna should still give us another baby at this point, but they both need to go back to making music for us, because I don't understand what's going on. They need to both go back to making music for us. But congratulations to Rihanna. This is such good news to receive today. And in the spirit of welcoming babies, gospel singer Victor Thompson and his wife, they are expecting their first child. Now, what is most interesting about this is that they have been waiting for a child for the past 5 years. They've been married for 5 years, and they have been waiting for a child for 5 years. You see, when you are when you are actually a religious person, you are actually a gospel singer, or a gospel artist, a preacher, the world will test you in so many ways. Like, in so many ways. I've listened to people who are, lords, when I mean lords, I mean like people who are seen in a certain light when it comes to Christianity suffer a lot, not because they are not prayerful enough, but because the devil always, put a target on their back. And gospel singer Victor Thompson and wife, after waiting for 5 years, God has finally blessed them with their own beautiful child. So yeah, they are expecting their first child together, and it's lovely to see. I feel like they already have this child, because on social media what they do is they come and post these ones when they have a child. Then when they have a child, then when the child is like 1 month, they'll not come and post that they have given birth to the child. So let's just see how it goes. But I'm really excited for this amazing couple. And that's all the stories we can bring for you today on Entertainment Now, brought to you by Spectrum Television. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and then we convene again on Monday for a beautiful edition of Entertainment Now. My name is Vera Philip. Follow me on social media. On Facebook is Vera Philip. On Instagram, Vera Philip_MGZ. For Spectrum Television and all our social media platforms, I will be displayed right on your screen. Till Monday, have an amazing day. Bye for now.